I wrote an article and it got indexed. Sorry, I don't know. I got a cough. I think I've been out spending too much time. I think that pollution's bad out here right now.
Too many new girlfriends now,
That's not true. That's not true.
It's not true. It's
I
not
wrote,
true.
all right, I wrote an article.
He's taken actually.
I wrote an article and it got indexed, but it's not in the search results. Any suggestions? What should I do? Yeah, so this can be for a variety of things. First of all, it depends, like if your site is just like a new website or your authority is very low. Um, Wait, so I wrote an article and it got indexed. Okay, so it's indexed, but it's not in the search results. So if it's indexed, maybe you mean it's like it's indexed, but it's
Somewhere
not
in
showing
there.
up for your keyword. So, okay, so it's indexed, which basically means that Google knows about it, right? To some extent. And it's in the search results for something if it's indexed. Um, but yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's not showing in the search results for a specific keyword that you want it to show up for. I'm a little confused by this, but if it's indexed, it means it can show up in the search results. So, okay, so yeah, he says it's not showing up for the keyword. So it might just be on page like 100 or whatever for the keyword. Just because it's indexed doesn't mean that it's going to show up like, towards the front. I don't know how far back you looked or whatever. Or maybe you're just not optimized well for that keyword. So for example, our page that we sell guest posts on, guest posting service page, it could be indexed, but maybe we've optimized the on page really horribly for it. And so when you type guest posting service, it's just not showing up anywhere, right? But maybe if you type in Sir Links-a-Lot guest post, it would show up, number one, of course. So indexed, Google knows about it, maybe just not optimized well for the keyword. Maybe all your competitors have way more backlinks, their sites have way more authority. Yeah, check out your on-page SEO, check out your actual content. Yeah, your interlinking, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah. Yeah, because just there's a ton of things it
could be a plethora of things. Like, yeah, essentially, I mean, you're kind of asking. You
why
put a
isn't my
piece of
page
content up.
ranking?
We don't know anything about the
Yeah.
website. Yeah, why isn't it ranking? So, it's yeah, you got to study all the variables in SEO to kind of start breaking that apart and seeing what you've got to work on. My guess is it's probably a fairly new
Yeah.
site, or like Chris said, something without a lot of authority. And so, yeah, that's the beginning stages is like you're building something with content, right? But then you've got to optimize that content for the crawlers. You've got to get backlinks. You've got to continually build the site out. So it could be a lot of different variables. And especially, if you're asking this question and you're trying to rank for terms that are very well
One second,
known,
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. What's
most,
your site's authority? I
yeah,
see it's 4 years old, but what's your authority? How much authority do you have? How many referring domains do you have? What's your DR? Sorry, go ahead.
no, that's it. I mean, yeah, those are all important questions there.
Okay. Um, yeah. So yeah, just because you write something doesn't mean it's going to show up on Google, right? So you got to figure that part out. And just because your website's 4 years old doesn't mean that your website has any kind of power to it. This is
Yeah,
42 DR. If your DR is 42, that's pretty good. But yeah,
yeah, that's a strong
yeah, it'll
site.
depend on what your competitor's DR is for that product. Um, and like the other things I'd mentioned, your on page, your actual content, and yeah, I mean, of course you have to check all these other things, but I think what it's probably going to come down to is just either optimization or authority, right? Content,
Yeah.
your on page, or your authority compared to your competitors. So definitely check all those things out. Um, yeah, I mean, if you want, we might not be able to audit on today's live stream because we actually have one audit we already need to do and we've got more questions we need to answer. But if you want, you could send us a PM on Facebook, or you can send an email to info@sirlinksalot.co, and we can actually take a look at it on maybe on our next live stream, see what's going on. But I've got a feeling it's going to be pretty much what we just said, probably just an authority thing or an optimization issue. Yeah, hopefully that helps. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.